At the very beginning of this week's Torah portion, we're told that Jacob, Yaakov, dwelled in the land where his father resided. Our sages tell us that the word that's used for dwell indicates that Yaakov was looking for some tranquility, some peace and quiet, and that because of that, the troubles of Yosef, and his brothers were thrust upon him. Why? Because God was up in heaven saying, it's not enough for the righteous. All the wonderful things that I prepare for them in the world to come, they also want tranquility in this world. Now that's very tough to understand. Because think about it. If Yaakov was looking for relaxation, how do you think a patriarch chills? How do you think he uses free time? Maybe by curling up on the couch with a folio of the Talmud? Maybe giving some lectures on monotheism at the local library? Or maybe filming a video blog on Jewish topics? Whatever he would have chosen, I'm sure he would have used his time productively. He wasn't looking for relaxation time in order to start a fantasy football league or a kiddish club in his synagogue. So why would he have the troubles of Yosef thrust upon him because he was looking for some tranquility? I heard a very interesting answer as follows. The peace and quiet he was looking for was a very specific kind. He wanted an end to family strife. Think about it. His whole life he had to deal with family battles. Beginning from birth into adulthood, he had to deal with his wicked twin brother Esav. He had to work for 20 years for his wicked father-in-law Lavan. He had to deal with the horrifying abduction and violation of his daughter Dinah and the violent response from his sons Shimon and Levi. So all he was looking for now was tranquility, peace, quiet, an end to family strife, family issues. And that was the problem. Why? Because if you look back where it all began, in Genesis, in the first 2 chapters of the Torah, you'll see that God creates various different items in the world. And each time he creates something else, he sees that it was good. Not a surprise. After all, God created it. But one time in chapter 2, we're told that he sees that something is lo tov, not good. It's not good for man to be alone. And so God creates a helpmate, a spouse for him. Now that is supposed to send a message to all of us for all time. It's not good for us to be alone. We've got to spend our entire life working on relationships with our parents, with our spouse, with our children, with our siblings, with our friends. And if those relationships are broken or damaged, we have to repair them. And even if those relationships are good, there's always room for improvement. And by improving those relationships, we improve our relationship with God. So that was the problem. You can't ever take your eye off that relationship road. You've got to always be looking to make sure that you've got the best possible relationships with all your various relatives and acquaintances and friends. And the more time and effort you put into that, the more you get out of it and the closer you'll get to God.